Welcome back to Timmons Arena. I'm Taylor Cunningham, and as you guys know, this is a big Tennessee rival between Carson Newman and Lincoln Memorial, and I had a chance to talk with Coach Mincy earlier this week, who told me that the vibe was weird in their quarterfinal matchup. He said they shot their lowest field goal percentage at home since 2016, and he said that their offensive firepower is what they really need today, and he jokingly said it might be good for us to play somewhere besides Holt Fieldhouse for a little bit, and he's hoping that that offensive firepower shows up today in Timmons Arena, guys.
Well, Taylor, there's certainly.
Guys, I know one interesting fact about Shea Coker. Her good luck charm is a pin that her mom wears on her shirt at every game. It's the first diamond that her Pawpaw Coker gave to her mom that was passed down when her mother got married. And she said at every single game, if she has that pin on, she's going to be on like she is at the start of this game.
7 points. As we'll send it over to Taylor Cunningham with more.
Guys, Coach Evans was telling me coming into this rematch from last year's semifinals with Carson Newman, it was a totally different approach. She said last year we were very post-oriented. This year we rely heavily on our guard play. But she said the battle is really going to be won on the boards today and who makes their free throws when they get to the line, guys.
As she mentioned last year's, as we will send it over here momentarily to Taylor Cunningham alongside Mike Mincy.
Coach Mincy, your star player, Harris Price, got into a little bit of foul trouble, but what's been the challenge with Lincoln Memorial in this first half?
Well, right now they're killing us on the backboards. I don't know.
Welcome back to Timmons Arena. I'm Taylor Cunningham. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast of the semifinals matchup between Lincoln Memorial and Carson Newman. Carson Newman takes the lead into halftime by 2, 44-42. And let's take a look at some of those first half stats. It's been a competitive, high-scoring first half between the rivals from Tennessee. You look at it here, we got the Rail Splitters shooting 40% from the field, but the Eagles are topping that with 48%. It's been a battle of the boards, but the Rail Splitters have taken the rebounds 25-14. It's really been a rematch from last year's semifinals. The difference has been being able to score in the paint. As you can see, though, the three-point percentage has been tremendous to start this game. The Eagles going 6 of 12 from three-point range, and it's really a competitive matchup between these two rivals. The bench points helping out in the mix as well. We'll have a competitive second half when we return, and I will be sitting down with Associate Commissioner Elaine Keeby when we return. Take a look at these messages. Welcome back, everyone. Joining me now, I'm Taylor Cunningham, alongside the Associate Commissioner of the SAC, Elaine Keeby. And thank you so much. I'm honored to be joined beside you for this semifinals matchup between Carson Newman and Lincoln Memorial. I want to get your thoughts on the first half between these rivals.
Well, I'll tell you what, they split during the regular season, and obviously this is do or die for Lincoln Memorial because they were ranked number 10th in the region. So I think the only way they can get in is obviously to win the tournament and get the AQ, where Carson Newman is ranked at number 1 in the region. So it's it's tournament time. What are you going to do? So you never know what happens.
Win or go home scenario. That's right. And we'll talk about the rankings in just a little bit. But first, I want to hear what's new in the SAC conference going on right now.
Well, we just finished our first indoor track and field championship. That was the first time we had a track and field championship, and it was really, really awesome. The kids were excited. They've been wanting this for a long time, and it was hosted by JBL at Winston-Salem. Queens University of Charlotte won both the men and the women, but it was such an exciting event, and I'm so glad that we are now sponsoring indoor track and field. So that's exciting.
Really exciting stuff. Well, let's take a look at those regional rankings. Like you were saying, it's been a really successful year for women's basketball, and Carson Newman has been ranked number 5 in the top 5 all season long, and you take a look here, number 1 in the region with Wingate number 2. What's been kind of the rundown of how the region rankings have fallen this year?
I will tell you, it is so close between 1 through 6. It is unbelievable. That's why I think all these championships, we have 3 conferences in the region. The SAC, we have 4 teams that are being ranked.
Impressive.
So that tells you the kind of women's basketball we have. But it's going to come down literally till Sunday when we see who wins all the conference championship. But Carson Newman, Wingate, Anderson and Lincoln Memorial from the SAC. We're so excited to have 4 teams in there, and we're just going to have to wait till Sunday to see who is actually going to be the top 8 teams going to the regional tournament.
Yeah, that selection show is going to be huge for these Final 4 teams
Yes.
remaining. But you said it, Lincoln Memorial, if they win the conference title, you expect them to get in?
If Lincoln Memorial wins the conference, they'll get an automatic bid. Or there'll be an automatic qualifier. So they will slide in and probably knock somebody out. But that's exactly like you said, you know, win or go home. But Lincoln Memorial is the one that has to win the whole thing to get going. Carson Newman, Wingate, they're pretty solid. So the only thing they're fighting for is hosting. Who's going to host? Right now, Carson Newman's #1, so it looks like it might be Carson Newman, but you never know after what happens this weekend who's going to do it. And then Anderson from the SAC has been playing real well also, and they got a tough game with Wingate coming up, and Wingate's been playing very well also. So the exciting part about this semifinals is both teams that are playing each other have split.
Yes.
So this is
really
that's
huge
why,
matchup here today. And we got the second half coming up. Thank you so much,
My
Elaine,
pleasure.
for sitting down with us. And we will be back in Timmons Arena just after these messages.
We're back here inside Timmons Arena as we send it over to Taylor Cunningham alongside LMU head coach Crystal Evans.
Coach Evans, an impressive first half from your team. What did you like about the way they came out with a lot of energy in the first half?
Well, I felt like we were coming out and we were attacking. I just really like the aggressiveness.
What was your message to your team at halftime?
Well, we've been down before, so.
And inside Timmons Arena, Jeff Jazeski alongside Brian Staten and Taylor Cunningham, and we'll send it over to Taylor.
Jeff, I want to point out that both of these teams have a set of twins on their roster, but I want to highlight the Griffith twins from Lincoln Memorial. Rachel Griffith tore her meniscus back in February, and her sister had to step up in that point guard role and take the lead from the team. But if you ask her, Emily, if she likes to run it from the point guard, she says not really. That's not her specialty. But she said the twins and her sister are very protective of one another, and she has her sister Rachel in her ear at all times, really helping her on what to do to be successful. And you see she's doing a great job today, and I see over here on the bench Rachel really encouraging not only her twin sister but the team as well.
6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Now we'll get a chance to send it over to Taylor Cunningham, who's joined by Katie Stubblefield.
Katie, an impressive win for your team that battled all game with Lincoln Memorial, but your coach told me at halftime it was really going to come down to a battle of the boards. Was that the biggest difference in the second half?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, at halftime we were getting out-rebounded.
Do you feel your team played really unselfish basketball today to get this win?
Oh, yeah, we have a super unselfish team. Like, we have great.
It was your first regular season title in 21 years. Now you go to win the SAC championship title tomorrow. What's the mindset of this team been all season long?
We write on our board before every game, effort and hustle and rebounding. And, I mean, that's what it comes down to is effort, fighting for each other, and that's what we're going to focus on tomorrow.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.